The long-awaited Canadian men's national team is finally being announced for the biggest window and qualification for a World Cup in Canadian men's history. This January World Cup qualification for World Cup 2022 is the biggest in Canadian men's national team history, in my personal opinion, definitely in my lifetime, and I'm sure in yours as well, because I do believe this will make or break if we make it to World Cup 2022 Qatar. Of course, missing some big names like Alphonso Davies, who we hope gets an amazing rest and can be back for next window. But of course, health comes first, and we wish the best for Alphonso and recovery. Of course, some massive names also being added onto the sheet after getting some big transfers and some big moves, and also some interesting names who have been let off. But guys, I'm going to break it down position by position, starting with GK all the way to our number 9s and our strikers up top. I'm going to break it down, start with our forwards, start with our goalkeeper, sorry guys. But of course, I'm going to start with talking about our matchups. Honduras away is a interesting match. Of course, their leagues have already kicked off, them in El Salvador, like Panama. And Honduras are going to be a very tricky game. Of course, an interesting stadium, a loud crowd, and a interesting pitch. Of course, going away to any Central America team is going to be tough, but the biggest part of this window is Canadians are going to have to travel like crazy. Going to Honduras, then coming back and playing in Hamilton in Canada against USA in one of the biggest games in our history, and then going and flying out to El Salvador for a mass game. Like I said, guys, a lot of traveling is going to affect Canada. That's why I do believe this is going to be the hardest World Cup qualification we will have seen in Canadian history. Not because of the games. Yes, USA is a massive game. Honduras and El Salvador, not so much. But you got to look at the travel. The travel for these guys is unbelievable. You go to Honduras, you play that game, and within 3 days, you're back at home in Canada, in Hamilton, playing against USA in one of the biggest games of the group. And then you're flying back out for 3-4 days later to play against El Salvador in El Salvador. The traveling in Central America is going to be tough. The pitch is going to be tough, and the crowd and atmosphere are going to be insane, and the weather change. But I do believe these boys can get it done. We're going to start with the GKs, everyone. Milan Boyan, Maxime Crépeau, and Jason Leitweiler. Of course, Milan Boyan is being rumored of a transfer to likes of Montreal Impact, the likes of TFC. But of course, he is our number 1. He is our goalkeeper. And for me, Milan Boyan pants, I think he's got it. He looks unbelievable in net every time we got him, and he's of course our number 1, and there's no arguing about that. Maxime Crépeau is an amazing number 2. I think he's fantastic. Getting a transfer to LAFC, I'm so happy to see him on this list. After getting a transfer, you do expect some guys to stay with their teams to hold them back and not let them go away and to train with the new sides. But Maxime Crépeau is an amazing number 2, and I'm glad we have him. I would have liked to see him go to Europe or something, but LAFC is an amazing team, and I think he's an amazing backup. Jason Leitweiler, playing for Oldham Athletic, they're number 1. Of course, you can argue St. Clair, you can argue Pantemis, but for me, Leitweiler's playing, he's consistently starting, he's in Oldham, he's playing in Europe, while these guys like St. Clair, Pantemis are coming in, they're cold, no MLS season right now, and they be coming in cold. Yes, they have a number 3, but at any time you could still get called up on. There could be injuries, there could be COVID, so I think Leitweiler is the best shout. A+ for Herdman smashing the goalkeepers. I think that's amazing to bring likes of Milan Boyan, Maxime Crépeau, and Jason Leitweiler. Guys, we're going to jump straight to the center backs, likes of Steven Vittoria, the big man. You also got Kamal Miller, Scott Kennedy, and you got Alistair Johnson, yes, can play center back, and I mentioned him in that list as well. Daniil Henry, and Derek Cornelius. So you got one in Steven Vittoria, you got likes of Kamal Miller, you got Scott Kennedy, you got, I'm not going to count Alistair Johnson, you got Daniil Henry, and you got Cornelius. You got 5 center backs there. For me, in that 3 in the back, you got to go with the likes of Kamal Miller, Steven Vittoria, and I would go with Scott Kennedy. I think Scott Kennedy's fresh. He's been playing consistently in Germany. He's been playing very well for his club, and I think he's deserved the call up for a while. Before the last window, he couldn't make it. For some of you guys, if you don't know, he couldn't make it due to an injury. He's been playing consistently Sylvan and been playing very, very well. And I think he is a center back for the future, and I do think he has a very good upside. And hopefully, the likes of Steven Vittoria's, we're going to have to rotate center backs a lot. Like I said, guys, a lot of traveling. Steven Vittoria is, of course, the number 1. Unbelievable in the air. A fantastic pass of the ball. And Kamal Miller keeps impressing me at the ice tackle. He's phenomenal. And at that last window, he was brilliant. But like I said, Derek Cornelius is fresh. You got Daniil Henry and Cornelius playing consistently away in Europe. And that is why you only see one center back from the MLS. Of course, we're used to only having like Kamal Miller, but you still have Alistair Johnson who can also fill in there as well. So I think it's an amazing group of center backs we are bringing along here, and I'm so glad to see Scott Kennedy and hopefully the Norwegian center back, who is also Canadian from Motherwell, in Sondre Solholm, can eventually get the call up and be a dual national and join Canada, because I think he'd be an amazing addition and a perfect addition to replace Steven Vittoria or suit alongside him for the time being. Jumping along to the wingback situation here, guys, we have the likes of Richie Laryea, Alistair Johnston. You also have Christian Gutierrez. You have the likes of Samuel Adekubi. So you have 4 players there who can play on either side. Samuel Adekubi and Christian Gutierrez, of course, more so left wing backs and left backs. Then you have the likes of Richie Laryea and Alistair Johnston. For me, those two are unbelievable. Both got transfers, and for me, I am so happy to see both their names on this list. Once I knew Richie Laryea got that transfer to Nottingham Forest, I was sad. I wasn't sad. I was so excited to see him get the move, but I was sad for a national team because I really didn't think Nottingham was going to let him come to us, especially Laryea going to a new team, trying to make it into that team, break in to a league he's always been excited to join, especially a team fighting for promotion, and they let him go. That is unbelievable, and it's so much respect from Nottingham Forest. I praise you guys and I praise the fans, because this is amazing to have a guy like him coming back. It means so much to our national team and so much to our fans, because we really need him. And to have 2 phenomenal right wing backs in Alistair Johnson and Richie Laryea there, we are set at right wing back. Look at left wing back. Samuel Adekubi, of course, has that first spot on lock. So personally, I wouldn't be surprised to see Christian Gutierrez go into that first game, or even play the likes of Liam Miller on the left-hand side, or Laryea on the left-hand side, because I think we have to keep the guys fresh for that game in Hamilton against US, because that's a must-win as well. But that game in Honduras is also a must-win. I think you got to take 6 points from those two, or at least get a draw against USA. For me, I'd love to see Christian Gutierrez start against Honduras. I think he's a young kid, 24 years of age, also played for Chilean youth setup as a kid, only 24, he's very young. Give him a chance, and I think we'd love to see, of course, Vancouver fans, but personally, I'd love to see him move to Europe eventually, or go back to South America, get a bigger step up, because I like his ceiling, and I think he's a very good player. But it's great to see a new player, a new addition onto this roster, and a player like himself. And we got Samuel Adekubi, like I said, guys, of course, got that position on lock. I think Herdman's smashing all the positions so far. Can't wait to see what they're going to do with that back line so far. Midfielders, guys, break this down for you guys quickly. I know it's becoming a longer video, but I hope you guys are staying through it. Jonathan Osorio, the likes of Mark Anthony Kaye, Atiba Hutchinson, Junior Hoylett, and you also have Liam Fraser, who's joined the side again. You have Stefan Eustáquio. I know everyone was... This is why I said massive additions, because for me, my friend told me a couple days ago, he's come down with COVID. There's rumors in Portugal he's probably not going to make it. Obviously, big transfers of Porto for Stefan Eustáquio, and the man is on the roster. This is massive, of course. Who knows if he's going to be healthy enough with the COVID. Maybe it's just a minor thing. He'll still be able to play. But it is so big to see his name on there. He is miles above most of the midfielders in CONCACAF. I think he is phenomenal. Likes of him being rumored to go and fill in for Sergio Oliveira from Porto, who are a team who are going to be invincibles this season, is unbelievable. So if we can have in that midfield, that is perfect. And then you have the likes of Atiba Hutchinson, the man who just doesn't stop playing. Mark Anthony Kaye is a great backup option. Jonathan Osorio and Junior Hoylett will rotate attacking midfielder. And Liam Fraser is filling in for Wolverspoon as the number 6 midfielder. For me, I had so many things to say about these midfielders or options, of course. I'm not going to say anything about Tiba, Mark Anthony Kaye, Osorio. But I'm going to bring out 2 more things. Already talked about Eustáquio, but 2 more points to bring out here, guys. Junior Hoylett, I'm so happy to see him. Of course, he can play on the wing. He can also play at number 10 and rotate with Jonathan Osorio, depending on the system we're playing and depending on who we're playing against. Of course, against Honduras, I wouldn't be surprised if he played at the number 10, or if we go to a 4-4-2 and play more attacking-wise. But it's amazing to see Junior Hoylett after that injury scare with Reading, and he's great to be back after missing the last 2 windows. I'm unbelievably happy to see him back. Everyone loves a bit of Junior Hoylett. But I'm sad to see Liam Fraser on this list because I'm not his biggest fan, and also Stefan Mitrovic is not on this list. For me, how do you not have Stefan Mitrovic on this list? He's been killing it with his club side. He's been doing extremely well. And for me, the reason I'm not surprised he's on this list is more so because of his transfer talks. He's been rumored to go to Club Brugge, Genk, Bologna, Leicester. There's Red Star Belgrade, one of his former childhood clubs that he looked up to. So I do believe this is the reason he didn't get called up, is because of a transfer. He's already devoted himself to the Canadian men's national team, has already come out saying that. So it is very interesting not to see him on the roster, but I do understand why he isn't on the roster as well. And Liam Fraser, of course, is the sixth option, but it is great to see that group of midfielders on the team. Of course, wingers are very low in numbers. Liam Miller doing unbelievable, and Tajon Buchanan, fantastic to see him on the side after getting an amazing transfer to Club Bruges. So it's amazing to see both these guys with the roster. And of course, Corbiano is not with the team because of a loan move he just got to MK Dons. That was to be expected. I didn't expect to see Corbiano let go of by MK Dons after going to a promotion side in League One, a team that's pushing up to come into the championship. There was no way they're going to let Corbiano go after he scored in his first appearance with the club. So this is amazing to see the likes of Buchanan and the likes of Liam Miller there. Looking at our forwards, of course, Jonathan David, Kyle Larin, the two best strikers in the CONCACAF division and the two best forwards in CONCACAF in my opinion. And then the best backup option in CONCACAF as well is Ike Ugbo, killing it for Genk, and Lucas Cavallini as an amazing fourth option. I think we have smashed it with the squad. Of course, I forgot to mention Samuel Piet as well. We have smashed it with this roster announcement. I'm so glad to see the players who are there. There's no one I'm really sad to see missing. Of course, Harry Payton I'm sad to see missing. Lucas Diaz, like Stefan Mitrovic, but I do understand, I do sympathize and understand why they're not on the side. Let me know what you guys think down below. I know it's a bit of a longer video. I hope you're able to stick through. Make sure to sub, make sure to like, and drop a comment. I'd love to hear all your guys' opinions on the squad and can't wait to hear what you guys say. I'll be joining you guys for reactions and previews for the games coming up and for the window that'll probably give me the most emotional trauma in my life, because this is going to be insane next couple of weeks. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.